Okay, now let's switch to the category of food and fitness, which I have a lot of questions in this category. So, first of all, I had the question from Dude, Where's My Car? What are your current supplements that you've been using? So, to preface this, my current goals are to lose fat and to tone up and just generally tone up all my muscles. I'm comfortable with my size and my shape. I just want to fine tune it. So I'm looking to lose fat and tone up. So the supplements that I'm currently using are iSatori. You know that I'm sponsored by them. And so I use Lipodrex every morning, which is a fat burner. It boosts your metabolism, gives you tons of energy. And to me, it's the one thing that I truly swear by in my fat loss because it suppresses my appetite for bad foods. It sounds crazy, but when I stop taking it, when I cycle off, I crave junk food and I'm like, what is going on with me? I realize it's because I'm not taking my Lipodrex, and it really does suppress my appetite in the best way. I'm still hungry, but I don't crave French fries. So I swear by that. If you have any questions about Lipodrex, please DM me. I have a certain regimen when I start taking it that eliminates all lightheadedness or nausea that typically comes with a fat burner. So if you do start to take it, DM me on Instagram at Chloe__Chamberlain, and I will tell you what my regimen is for taking it. I take that. I take aminos, so it's called Amino Grow by iSatori. My favorite is either the mango or the blue raspberry. They're both amazing. That helps me. I take it during/after my workout, and it helps me to be not sore. I find that when I'm working out, if I get super sore, I'm out of the gym for like 3 days. So it helps me to stay motivated, stay on top of it, and recover quicker. It makes sure that all the hard work you put in, you can benefit from it. God, what? God, it's hot. Yes. When you can't move your head very well because your hair will get messed up. It's so humid that I curled my hair and it is now just a fluff ball. Awesome. Oh, the other supplements that I'm using are protein. My favorite is cookies and cream. I also like the chocolate, and then I put a scoop of powdered peanut butter in it. Delicious. And then my other thing would be L-carnitine. It's liquid L-carnitine. You take a shot with breakfast, a shot with lunch, boost your metabolism. I get mine with energy, so it can give you energy, but you can also get it with no stimulants in it. And that's my stack, so it's 4 things: Lipodrex, L-carnitine, Bioactive Whey, and Amino Grow, which are the BCAAs. My code is Chloe15 on iSatori.com. It will get you 15% off your order. And if you use that code, you're also supporting me as a advocate for their brand. So please let me know if you do order them, what you think of them. I know that you'll love them. I swear by those products. So that's my current stack. Let's see what I got next. Okay, the next question is from Ty Blazik. When progress is slow, what makes you keep moving and not give up? Any advice on how to speed mine up? So again, with the Lipodrex, it helps me to see results quicker, and that's what keeps me motivated. Results are really the thing that will keep you motivated at the end of the day. And it can't just be physical results. It can also be the way that you feel. If you have energy when you wake up in the morning, if you can sleep better, those things also help with progress. So progress isn't only measured in the physical realm. It can also be measured in the mental realm, how you feel about yourself, how you feel about your clothing that fits you. And it can also be, I don't know how you would put this, but in the functional realm, as far as, like I said, the energy that you have, how you feel when you jump out of bed in the morning rather than roll out, things like that. And so what keeps me moving when progress is slow is reminding myself of all the hard work that I've put into this point. And I used to have a hard time with maintaining my momentum, especially when I hit a plateau or when I didn't see any progress. And I think that everyone goes through that, and there's not really an answer as to how to stay motivated. I think it's just some days you won't be motivated, and that's when dedication and that's when discipline comes in. So there are gonna be days that you wake up and you either don't wanna go to the gym or you want to eat, you know, fast food. And when you're not motivated, that's when willpower and determination and discipline comes in. So there's not an answer as to how to stay motivated each and every day. But when you're dedicated and when you have discipline, even when you don't want to, that's what will keep your progress moving forward. Okay, so my next question is along the same lines from Paige Fouch. She says, what's your biggest tip for getting/staying motivated on a regular basis? So for me, it's watching my progress, as I said. And for me, my weight does not move as quickly as inches do. So my biggest tip for staying motivated is to measure your progress in more ways than one. So yes, weigh yourself, maybe weekly, bi-weekly, but I think that measuring your inches is much more satisfying. So measure your arms, your bust, your waist, your hips. For me, the biggest difference that I start to see is in my waist, and that is one of my goals. My goal is to have really an hourglass body shape. So when I see my waist measurements getting smaller, it makes me so excited and so motivated to keep going. And so I also journal. I journal, you know, I journal once a week. You know, how I'm feeling, what's my stress level, how am I sleeping, how much energy do I have throughout the day, how am I feeling about myself. I've been tracking those things each week, and I can see a curve that starts to go up the more that I am dedicated, the more I stick to my plan. And so measure your progress in more ways than one. I think that's the best way to stay motivated. And also track that progress. You know, take videos, take pictures, write it down, make it solid, make it something that, you know, it's solidified because it's documented. So I would just say, follow your journey and record it so that you can know your progress. Okay, so my next question, so I had to take a little break if things look a little bit different and weird. Yes, I had to put some translucent powder on my face. I was looking a little shiny because I was sweating. Holly Catherine XOXO said, any tips for growing a fitness Instagram or growing the courage to start one? So my biggest tip for social media in general is, first and foremost, you have to be consistent and persistent. Don't slack on it. You want to be posting once a day. You want to be, number two, second most important thing is to always bring value to your outreach. So what can you bring to the table that's different from what everyone else is bringing? Social media is a very highly populated, very dense outlet where everyone is trying to gain a following. Everyone is fighting for people's attention, and what you want to do is bring a value that is unique. You also want to bring a diverse portfolio. So for me, I will post just random pictures about my life, random fitness tidbits, random beauty tidbits, much like my YouTube, and I just bring very well-rounded just view to my page. Now, some people are focused solely on fitness, solely on whatever it may be, and that's great. For me personally, I want my personal account to be the same as my fitness account. So things that are just happening in my life, I think it's a really good way for people to get to know you, get to know the things outside of the gym that you're doing. And so getting the courage to start one is having the mentality of, who cares? You know, I think a lot of people hesitate to start a fitness Instagram or whatever they're passionate about. They hesitate because they think, what are my friends and families gonna think? You know, are they gonna judge me? Are they gonna laugh at me? Here's the thing, if they do put you down, maybe they're not your friends, okay? But you can't expect everyone to understand your vision. Everyone has a vision, and if that's something you're passionate about, something you wanna do, something you love, don't let anyone get in the way of that, because not everyone can see things the way that you see them. Yeah, I'm extra. So if you want to start a fitness Instagram, first of all, you just have to do it. Don't worry what anyone else is thinking. And I would just say be consistent and bring value to your posts and to the table. Not every single post needs to have a huge long caption. You know, sometimes it can just be something quirky or funny. But I think that having a good balance between informational and entertaining and things like that, you want to have a good balance. You want people to get to know you through your social media, and you want it to bring value. How often do you take Lipodrex, and has it helped a lot? From Lexi4. I take it every single day. I take it before breakfast. It helps incredibly, gives me tons of energy. It's intense, it works very quickly. For me, it's the fastest way to see results, and I love it. I swear by it. All my friends who ask me about losing weight, that's really the first thing that comes to mind, because it is a fat burner and it truly works. Okay, this is my favorite question. How do you curb yourself from stress/binge eating? I really struggle with that, especially in college, from Cass_Fran. So for me, eating it always has been my emotional outlet. So as I've said before in my videos, when I'm sad, I eat. When I'm happy, I eat. When I'm bored, I eat. I think a lot of people struggle with that, and maybe you don't even realize it, but a lot of us deal with our emotions in that way. And food is kind of like a drug, especially food that is high in fat, high in sugar. It acts as a drug for your body. In many ways, it releases dopamine just like smoking marijuana. It's the same kind of effect. You can get addicted to food. And so for me, I would constantly stress eat and binge eat, and it would be uncontrollable. And the way that I knew, they say that the way that you know it's binge eating is that you feel like you can eat and eat and eat and you don't get full. That's when it's emotional more than just satisfying your body's needs. So the two ways that I keep myself from stress eating and binge eating is, one, I never allow myself to be hungry. I constantly eat throughout the day. I eat every 2 to 3 hours, something that I know is nourishing for my body, something that makes me feel good. And I do that throughout the day, because when I allow myself to get really hungry, I just want to gorge myself with food, and typically it's junk food. So one, I don't allow myself to be hungry, and two, I work out. So I feel like when you get out of the loop of working out, out of the routine, for me at least, I start to eat more junk food, because it's like, well, this day's already kind of ruined. I might as well just go all out, you know? So I find that when I work out consistently and I see how many calories I'm burning, I mean, I can work my butt off and burn 600 calories. And I'm like, okay, that's like one thing of French fries. So I think that when you work out, it makes you more conscious of what you're eating, because you're like, I just worked so hard. Why would I ruin that with some kind of disgusting meal that's really not good for me? So I would say just 1 and 2, don't allow yourself to get hungry, and just work out consistently. Even if it's just walking around your neighborhood, do something, be active, commit yourself to 30 minutes a day. And I think that that's where you'll find most of your success with avoiding those things. So another question from Kimmy Fitness is, if you could give one piece of advice for anyone starting their fitness journey, what would it be? So I have this quote on my background, and it says, that's what it looks like. I posted it on my Instagram before. It's a Vincent van Gogh quote, and it says, "Great things are done by a series of small things brought together." First of all, this quote is by Vincent van Gogh, and I posted it on my Instagram, right? Randomly, I've had it on my phone forever, and then just randomly I felt compelled to post it. Turns out it was on his birthday. So I looked super intellectual for one, but I'm like, what are the odds? I was just drawn to do that. Really, really weird. I've had this background on my phone for quite some time. And it's just a reminder to me, great things are done by a series of small things brought together. And my greatest piece of advice for anyone, even for myself, I mean, I remind myself of that every day, is that things just, they don't happen overnight. Greatness You see the final product. You don't see all of the small, daily, grueling tasks that go into it. So greatness is created by the small steps that you take every single day. So my greatest piece of advice is sometimes it is hard, sometimes it's easy, but it's a lifestyle change. You're not going to fully invest in it unless you make a lifestyle change and you take those small steps every day towards greatness. Like I said, you won't wake up one day and just realize, I'm great. It takes daily dedication, and the smallest amount every day, as long as you're moving forward, it's something you should be proud of, and you will get to where you want to be. Just commit yourself to a little bit every day. Whether it's a 30-minute walk or jog around the neighborhood, whether it's changing some things in your diet to give yourself things that your body needs, things that you know your body wants. So that would be my greatest piece of advice. Just small steps, constantly moving forward. Okay, this is from Sassy Sil 18. Best workouts to thin out legs and booty, but won't make you lose the booty. Also, any tips on getting the best and fastest results while trying to get it all right and tight? So, the best way to thin out in general is to do cardio, especially if you want to thin out your legs and booty. But if you don't want to lose your booty, I would highly recommend doing your cardio at an incline. So doing the stair stepper, for one, is the best way to slim down but still have and gain a booty. Secondly, walking on an incline on the treadmill, like a 10 incline, 8 to 10, push yourself, go to about a speed of 3.5 and keep an incline. That will also help you slim down but maintain your booty. And then the best results to get it all right and tight, like I said, take your supplements. I'm obsessed with mine. L-carnitine and Lipodrex really help me to slim down quickly. But as I said, we all hate cardio. If you like it, you're amazing. But many of us hate it, including myself. So just commit to cardio even though it's hard, and that will really help you slim down. Okay, Little K Fit Dot, who is a huge supporter, and I love her. She's so cute. She asked, what do you think has been the biggest factor in your weight loss journey? And for me, there's two things. One has been my family, especially my sister Taylor, my parents, Steve. They all keep me very motivated. They keep me on track. They keep me happy and loving myself. They always have been so supportive of me. So I think having that support group, whether it's a friend or your family or someone who is also into the same things as you, can really help you stay on track. Having that support system is huge. And then secondly, I think that my social media has held me accountable. The biggest thing for me is that I feel like I have people that are watching me and in a way being inspired by me, in a sense looking up to me, and I don't want to let them down. And so I think that tracking your progress, even though there could be 1 or 2 people watching, tracking your progress, especially on social media, is really powerful because you are held accountable in a way. So I think that it can be nerve-wracking to put yourself out there in that way. But one, I think that I have found it's been very helpful for me. And then also it's helpful for other people to see, you know, realness and to see the journey from start to finish. And so I think also having social media has really affected that. This is from Supremus Maximus. The question is, does your faith play a big role in your fitness and striving to be the best you can be? And I would say most recently, absolutely. My family has always been religious. We've always gone to church, and I find that that's something that really grounds me and reminds me of who I am and why I'm here on this planet. And so I am definitely a religious person, and I trust God, I love God. And what has made a huge difference in my fitness as far as that is that God created you perfectly, and He wants you to be the best version of you, and you kind of owe it to yourself and you owe it to Him to be that. And you should honor your body, and you should, you know, the phrase, my body is a temple, treat it with respect because it was given to you as a gift. I mean, it's a blessing that you were born. So for me, my faith does play a big role in how I treat myself, how I respect myself. And that is a relatively recent thing that I've realized within the last, 6 to 8 months. And it's made a huge difference in my life for sure. This is from M. Grossweiler. She says, are you still planning on putting together a 3-month mental and physical health plan? I really am. I'm super excited about it because it's something that I think is very different from anything you might find in the industry, because it ties in your self-confidence and your self-image. And so I think it's gonna be really good, and I think it's gonna be very impactful. Now, I'm still deciding if I should do like a PDF 3-month plan that I send out. It includes journaling and things like that, so I don't know what's the best method, and I'm still typing it all out, doing research and figuring out the best way to do it. But I've also been thinking about doing an app so you can have it on your phone so it's more interactive. And so I'm working on both, and I'm trying to figure it out, but right now I'm just writing out my material and doing my research and educating myself as best I can on how to help others reach the same point that I have. So it is coming out, but I can't say when it will. I want it to be a life-changing experience for the people that come across it, because I want it to be very reflective, and I want people to really change from the inside out. It's going to include health, just a complete balance of health, mental health, nutrition, and fitness. It's gonna tie all three together to help people to find their most confidence in their whole life, their most happiness, being so content, because I think it's really, really hard to do on your own, and I think that I want to help guide people to find that for themselves, and I just want to empower people to do so. So that will be coming out, and you guys will hear all kinds of announcements about it. The next category is going to be the career type questions, and the first one is from Ashley Brindley. She said, do you use a journal or planner, or just go with the flow? Now, I think that the absolute best way to stay on track with your life is to use a planner. And what I do is basically utilize it as a to-do list every day. If you're the type of person that wants to plan your day out by the hour, they have planners that are set up that way. And that's nice because if you have a very, consistent routine, like if you work a 9 to 5 every day or whatever it may be, or you have the classes every day, it's good to manage your time in that way. If you're someone who works more on a flexible schedule and you're like me to where you just kind of need a to-do list every day, and the way I do it is I prioritize my to-do lists each day. So I put the most important tasks at the top of the list, and as it goes down are my least important, so that if I don't get to them, I can move them to the next day. But I think that using a planner is very, very important on staying on top of your life and making sure you get done the things that you need to get done. As well as when you write down appointments or events on the day that they're going to occur, you won't miss them, you won't forget about them. I'm a very forgetful person, so it helps me to keep track of everything and write it down as I go along. So I have a routine each night to where I open up my planner and I figure out what I need to do tomorrow, what did I do today, and just kind of stay on top of everything. So I would highly recommend using a planner if you don't have one. The next question is from Diana Fitness 143. She said, what type of business do you want to build? So this is a really good question. It's something I've been trying to figure out myself, but I do know, just first and foremost, that I want to do something to make a difference in the lives of especially young women and to help them find themselves earlier and find confidence in themselves earlier. So if I knew in my teenage years what I know today, I know that my life would have been a lot easier and a lot happier. Not to say that what I've been through didn't mold me into the person that I am today. And I am very proud of this person that I have become, because I almost feel like I have fought to become her. And I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot of really hard times in my life, and I wish that I had a role model and someone that could support me through that, because, and it's not, my family always was there for me. My family never left my side, but there's some things that can be hard to talk about the people, hard to talk about with the people that you're close with. So one of the things that I watched recently that I know it's very controversial, but the 13 Reasons Why series online, and I've learned more about suicide rates and things like that. And just not necessarily that it all ends in suicide, but I think there are so many girls, especially in their adolescent years, that go through such a hard time, and they feel like hopeless in their life. And so for me, what I want to do is build a business that can somehow help young women of all ages, but especially targeted towards young women, to build respect for themselves, confidence in themselves, and help them to be the best version of them that they can. So it's going to, like I said, it's going to be kind of like that plan that incorporates mental health, nutrition, and fitness, so they can build themselves up to be such a great version of them, and they can impact the people around them. I want it to be like a chain effect. So whatever business that I build, what I'm working on right now, I'm working on business plans to do so. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but I know that that's kind of a purpose, maybe my only purpose here, is to help people find themselves. We're in a weird transitional phase in our society right now, especially with social media, that causes us to be always trying to be someone else and never being satisfied with ourselves. And so I want to help people towards that, being content, being happy. And I think it all stems from inside. It stems from your brain, it stems from your heart, it stems from your body. And so that's what I'm interested in getting into. That's the answer. So I will keep you guys posted on, you know, more information as we go along, but for now, that's the idea. So hopefully I can find a way to do that. I think a lot of people probably have those aspirations, but I just know that it's something I'm very, very passionate about, like extremely. I want to be the person that I wish I had growing up. A good role model, a good mentor, a friend. That's what I want to do. And that kind of leads me into my next question, which is from Tara Sanders Fitness, who says, what are your biggest passions and how did you get into them? So as I said, I'm really passionate about empowering others. But I also am really passionate about music. I love music. I listen to music all day, every day, and that's often how I connect with people, is we talk about music and we talk about what we like. I love music. I really like R&B, like slower hip-hop music, as well as like reggae and alternative. I really like everything, except I hate to break it to some of you, I'm not a huge country fan. Don't really love country music. I like the message, and I think that boys that listen to country are typically sweeter, but I just don't really vibe out to country music. I like electronic. I really like everything but country. And then I also I'm very passionate about animals, especially animals who don't have a home or a family. I have a very soft spot in my heart for shelter animals. But I love animals of all kinds. I always wanted to start an animal shelter, so when I get older and I'm rich and famous, that's what I'm going to do with my money, is have a huge animal shelter on a ranch with just tons of land and have literally all kinds of animals there. Oh, it's a goal. Like, I have my blueprints drawn up. Don't get me wrong. But I do spend a lot of time volunteering in animal shelters, especially back when I was preparing for vet school. I did a lot of volunteering, and I actually worked in an animal clinic for 3 years where we did all kinds of surgeries and things like that. And I really, really enjoyed my time there, and I learned a ton. So yeah, those are things I'm very passionate about. This is from, wow, Nohemi Lopez. Sorry if I didn't pronounce that right. The question is, what is the hardest part of managing your school/personal/fitness life during the semester? Do you struggle finding like-minded people in college? So for the first question, I think managing managing all aspects of your life is probably the hardest thing that you can do, and it's all about achieving balance. So managing your time so that you can allot a certain amount of time to each category every day. So you need to learn how to compartmentalize. So when you're working on one thing, whether it's school or whether you're with your friends, you should really consciously try to give it your all. Give it all of your attention, give it all of your effort. So when you're doing one thing, do it 100%. And I think sometimes it can be hard to find that balance between socializing and staying on top of your school and working and sleeping, and sometimes you can only choose a couple out of that. So I think the biggest thing is time management, getting your things done, being productive every day. Try to go to sleep and wake up around the same time every day. That will really, really help with your sleep schedule, your overall health. Try to get in a routine. Try to get some type of routine set into place, some things that you do every day, and that will really keep you on track, and it will allow you to maximize your time in each aspect. And then finding like-minded people in college, I think definitely is hard. I was in a sorority for much of my college life, which I probably will talk about in a separate video if you guys are interested. But it is hard to find people that are like you, and I think that they say birds of a feather flock together, and I think regardless of who you choose to hang out with, in some ways you will start to act and be like them. I think it's just human nature. You will start to talk like them. You will start to think like them because you're always with them. Those are your friends. And so I would highly encourage you to hang out with people that you want to be like. Hang out with people that are driven, people that are successful or are determined to be successful, people who care about their health, people who are nice to other people, people who are respectful to you and to themselves and to the people around them. Pay attention to those things, you know. Yes, it's hard to find those people, but be open to meeting new people. If you see someone in public or at the gym, don't be afraid to go up to them and be like, hey, like, do you want to be friends? Like, start a conversation. Don't be afraid of that. My friend Kinsey is like the best person ever. She's like created this huge squad of like people that she met randomly, like at a restaurant or at the gym, and I think that's so cool, and that's something that I've really started to try to do, is to just be like, hey, like, you're really pretty, or hey, I like your shirt. Like, just start a conversation with someone and then like stay in contact with them, you know, like connect with them on social media, or give them your phone number, you know what I mean? Like, just try to connect with people and don't be afraid to go outside your comfort zone. And in that same note, if you meet people like girls or just friends that you can make through social media, I would highly recommend you to hang out with them in person and start to build a relationship with them. If they seem like someone who, you know, you see them online and you're like, oh my God, you are literally me. Like, we're interested in all the same things, and you're just like, you know, super supportive of each other online, I would definitely try to meet up in person and like just create that friendship and take it another level, because I've made some great friends through social media, and people who we kind of knew in passing or we never even met, and then now we're great friends and like super supportive of each other. So it's hard to find like-minded people, but if you have a feeling that someone might be a good fit for you, don't be afraid to approach them, is my biggest tip. And then the final career question is from Brian Jackson, who said, where do you see yourself in 5 years? So I just turned 22 this week. So in 5 years, I will be 27. In my mind, I would like to be in 5 years, probably in a very serious relationship, if not maybe engaged, with a dog. Either a Bernese Mountain Dog or a Greater Swiss Mountain Dog. I would probably like to own my own home or be renting a home with a yard, and have a circle of friends who we go out for mimosas every weekend, you know, brunch type deal. Have a business, my own business, or a full-time career, and just be impacting people, helping people, and finding my own success. So in 5 years, I want to be, you know, established, and I want to be adulting consistently. Like, I want to be paying my bills and be good at it. I want a new car. In 5 years, I want to be driving a Mercedes GLE silver with maybe a doggy car seat in the back. Yeah, that's the plan. You'll see, and I'll still be rocking it on Instagram. This is the final category, and it's the miscellaneous category. So it's just random questions. First off, who is your celebrity crush? These are from Mary Loves Fitness. Celebrity crush, I really like the guy who plays Superman. I like guys that have, I like really tall men, preferably dark features, like dark hair. Light eyes are a plus, but not completely necessary. So Superman is like kind of an ideal. Also, Theo James is super attractive. Who do I like really love to watch? You know, Sofia Vergara's husband. First of all, she's like a celebrity crush in herself, but her hubby, he played like a werewolf in True Blood, and then he was in Magic Mike, just like super attractive, and he's just like a big, I just like big men. Like, I'm a big woman. I want a big, strong man. And then she asked, if there was a movie about you, who would you want to play you? I would probably choose someone like Angelina Jolie. I want someone that like somewhat resembles me, but just like a prettier, better version. Like maybe Megan Fox, but like their attitudes don't really match me, but I just think that Angelina Jolie is like such a badass. Like I remember watching some movie where she was like shooting people, pretty much every movie that she's in. Or like in Maleficent, like I just like her. I think she's got like a really cool vibe and she's beautiful. She kind of looks like my mom. So I probably would choose Angelina Jolie and just be a badass. All right. Hey. Jeez. All right. My friend whose username is X Sings for Him, X, who's a beautiful singer herself. She said, do you have any hidden talents? Will you do a singing video? So first of all, I would love to do a singing video. I would be kind of nervous to do it because, I don't know, it just feels like, I'd be nervous, but I probably would do it. I like to sing like slower songs, more like, kind of like R&B inspired or just like slower music. Like I really love SCA. I don't know if you pronounce it like za, but I really love her style, or like Kalani, or there's just like a lot of people that I like a slower tempo R&B type song. And then as far as any hidden talents, I actually am pretty good at a lot of things, but I'm not incredible at anything, if that makes sense. So anything that I've like tried to do, I'm pretty good at it. Like I can kind of sing, I can kind of play guitar, I can kind of dance. Like I can do all those things pretty well, but I can't do anything exceptionally well. So I might, maybe if I put all my energy toward one thing, I could be really good at it. But as far as hidden talents, maybe like nobody really has seen my dance moves on here, so I can kind of dance. I guess that would be a hidden talent. This is another good question from Christine Ha. She asked, what is the best thing Tay has taught you? My sister, Teche, life, fitness, etc. Or as you two are different, how do you remain true to yourself? So the best thing that Taylor has taught me is to not put up with negative relationships. She's always been very supportive of me, makes me feel like I am just beautiful and so funny and cool. And so she, most importantly, has taught me all about the love of like fitness and nutrition, and then also taught me to stay away from boys who are not respectful of me. And we are very different. We look very different. We have different personalities, but we are similar in the ways that are important as far as like our values and things like that, which makes things easy to get along, especially now in our adult years. But I think remaining true to myself was just realizing that my body type is different than Taylor's, my look is different than Taylor's, and not really to compare myself to her. When I was growing up, it was hard not to do that, and I think as a younger sister, you always look up to your older sisters and you want to be just like them, and I genetically was not able to because I resemble my dad's side while she resembles my mom's, and so for me to kind of learn that I am different than her, and that's okay, and that's great, that's kind of how I remained true to myself, was just realizing that it's not a competition between us. It's more, you know, we support each other and we are different. Everyone asks all the time, how tall and old are you? I am 5'7", and I just turned 22 on Monday, July 3rd, 1995. And the next question from Megan Lux is, how/why did you start your YouTube channel and were you nervous? So I started my YouTube channel initially to share with the world my weight loss journey, and it has kind of developed into more well-rounded content, so things like beauty and lifestyle and random vlogs, and that's how I like it. I like to show different aspects of my life. And I really do love like skincare and beauty and things like that too, so I wanted to show all of those things. I was definitely nervous. I think making your first video is nerve-wracking, but once you learn how to edit and you get a little bit more comfortable in front of the camera, you're unstoppable. There's no reason to be nervous. I was nervous to put myself out there. I guess I was nervous to kind of show my body was the most nerve-wracking thing, and I was really nervous that I would receive a lot of negativity. But to be honest, I haven't received much, and that what I have received, I just delete it and I block that person because I have the power to do that. Newsflash, I don't really care if you have, if it's constructive criticism, that's great, and that's something that if you're in a place to give me that constructive criticism, I accept it willingly and happily. But for people who are just being negative for the sake of being negative, I don't generally, hi girl, I don't generally entertain those type of comments or anything like that. I just delete them and I don't think about them because it's of no consequence to me. It really doesn't matter in the long scheme of things, and I think that I have good intentions, and so if people have something negative to say about that, then I don't really care to hear it, to be honest. And the final question that I get all the time is, are you engaged? I'm not getting engaged, I'm not married. I wear this ring on my right hand, not my left hand, and it has a cross on it. And I think that's what confuses people, because if I'm in a photo like with my hand up, some people think it's my left hand, but I'm not married. I am seeing someone, but no, I'm not married. So those are all my questions. I tried to get through them as quickly as possible, especially with my camera dying. Oh my God, the sun is legit about to go down, and I've had to charge my camera in between shots. Tired of this. Okay guys, that's everything from this video. I answered as many questions as I could without taking too long. I know this video has got about to be like over 20 minutes, so I know it's gonna be really long, but I've had a lot of people say they don't mind the length because they watch it during cardio or whatever. Keeps you distracted, so I'm just gonna leave it long, and hopefully you guys like it. Sorry I couldn't get to every single one of your questions. I got over 100 and was only able to answer about 40. My next video is coming out very soon. I already filmed it, so if you haven't turned on your notifications, please do so. I, of course, will not bombard you with videos, but when I do post a video, you will see it and you'll get to be, you know, the first one to watch it. Keep updated, you know what I'm saying? So thank you guys for watching. I will see you all very soon. If you guys want to see this look, I have it literally pretty much the same look posted in a video, and I will link that next, and I will put it in the link below so that you guys can see how I did this look. I know I'll get questions about it. Yes, my lashes are like coming off because I was sweating them off like earlier. That's a good look. But yeah, thank you guys for watching again. I love you guys so much. Thank you for all your support throughout this entire time. I've almost had my Instagram account and YouTube for 8 months, so it's been a lot of fun, and it's been really cool to get to know you guys. You guys are just so supportive and so great, and you keep me going, you keep me motivated, and you make me super, super happy. Even if you don't know what an impact you make on me, trust me, every single comment and sweet word that I get from you guys makes such a difference, and it makes my day. So thank you guys for always participating in my videos, sending me questions as always. You guys are the bomb. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.